Hello guys, welcome back. We are in Nashville. I'm gonna head out antique shopping today. We drove, so we have room for antiques. Let's get into it. This is barn something. They have good architectural salvage in here. Some new and some old, and I see that they have a framing shop in the back, which is really handy, but definitely some really beautiful furniture pieces in here, like this, and other architectural salvage. This is also really beautiful, this piece over here. And it's slanted on the top for like architectural plans. I also like this. I've thought about getting one of these little baths, baby baths to put ice in, and like bottles of wine and beer to put in the backyard when we have people over. And that one's not bad. It's like 200, 280. But really cute. This is metal. It would be so cute for like a nursery, like a little boy's room. But it's $5.95. Is one of the vendors in here. And look how many good.
Love? Yeah, she's right here.
How many good vintage cameras there are. I bet most of them are in working order. I'm gonna take a look. There's nothing like photography and videography on film. I don't know if you can tell, but that basket is really deep. It has 3 sections and a handle. It looks like it's in really great condition for only $58, which is not a bad price. But I'm always looking for good baskets for serveware, decor, and just like practical organization in the pantry and office. These brass buckets are so nice. The details on them is insane. They're hand forged. I have a large one, more like that size, but even wider at the house. And I actually use it for cleaning instead of an ugly plastic bucket. I also fill it up with water and stick all my florals in there while I'm waiting or prepping to make arrangements. Sometimes you can't get to it right away. That one's 125. This is 85, but they're just beautiful items. Nothing's made like that anymore. And they're really practical. Like, I really do think about details like that. Pretty tools, things to clean with, your everyday items. It just elevates things so much. Just saw this little house sketch back here, and it reminded me that I took photos of our rental house we were in for 6 years, and I really wanted to get a little sketch made of my favorite little corner of the house, the way it was decorated, for memories, because we need more art and that would be a sentimental item. Okay, this just stopped me dead in my tracks, but I saw this. Guy Wolf, Pottery. Okay, and then I turned it over. What is that made in China doing on there? Is this a replica? Because I was about to buy it. Now I'm sketched out. But his stuff is amazing. I'm waiting to get some of his stuff for the kitchen for herbs, and I will not settle. This particular piece looks a little rusty, but I am looking for some of this white enamelware with the black rim. Again, similar to the brass bucket, like for practical purposes, to prep food, to use to wash paintbrushes or wash makeup brushes, just like the practical things that I'd like something pretty for, you know? I have a big section of quilts. I'm going to go through them because finding really good quality blankets can be hard and they're always very expensive. We don't have any quilts, but if I find one that doesn't have aggressive patterns or colors on it, it would be such a good find. Okay, I saw this wall and figured that I'd show you guys these old buoys. And I've been thinking about for a nursery, maybe doing like a main theme. So it's like coastal, but also rustic. I can do like dark browns and really deep greens. Um, that's sort of what I'm thinking so that it's not so light and airy and like pastel blue. I want something a little more moody, I think. Still hunting for silver platters, but haven't quite found the right one yet. But they do have some good silver and crystal in this booth. This has that hexagon shape that I love. It doesn't look super old, but this would be good for buds to do floral buds like for the holidays. Bulbs. What am I saying? Buds. Floral bulbs. I love the shape of this. It's small, but in a bathroom or an office, it could be really nice. If you guys remember, I bought a set of two of these in South Florida. This one's $4.25. I got the set for 80, I think. We still need to rewire it, but
Thank you.
that's shocking. Okay, this is Dashwood. I don't know. This is sort of a no from me, guys, but let's look. Not really my style. But apparently they have good clothes, so might go check that out really quick. I would be down to buy these sterling silver coasters, but there's only a set of four. I wish there were more. Okay, it's pretty loud in here, but these are actually kind of cool. Glass. And then the glass is removable, so you could like throw this in the dishwasher. And this is just like cork sleeve. But there's a set of 8. Those could look cool at a bar. Okay, this one's Pinterest. And there's different vendors, like little booths like this. And I saw this basket and like these. Oops, sorry. These would be cute for like fall decor outside your front door to fill up with something. That'd be cute. At Gaslight or Gas Lamp, I forget. There was Yellowware. Here's some of the like traditional Yellowware that you find. This is actually complete sets. I have such a hard time finding this at home. The pink and the blue isn't really my style, but it's really high quality stuff and it's beautiful. It's classic, sort of farmhousey. But I like the one I ended up getting it, the little yellow bowl with no stripes. That's beautiful. Lot of colored glass and complete sets, which is really nice if that's what you're into. These are nice. I do have my copper pots and pans, and these are really nice, but I just don't want to overdo it in my kitchen. But if I didn't have hanging pots and pans, I would definitely be down to get something like that. Okay, this is our third stop in this plaza, Music Valley Antiques, and this one has also little vendors inside. This is a cute idea to use vintage fabrics to make little sunglass cases. Or this cool planner. You couldn't really put much in it, but just use as a decorative object because there's a set of two and it's hard to find a set of two. It's a pretty silhouette. There's a mini urn that's cute. I like the patina on it. It's small, but it would be good as a decorative piece on like a side table, an entryway or something. I started collecting these a couple years ago. Wooden serveware with the silver handle like this, but the ones that I've collected so far are dark walnut wood or ebonized mahogany. And these are light, but they're really pretty. I like the two materials together. This could be cool for a pantry to put like onions or potatoes or something so that they can breathe. Or like this wire basket.
We are back from Nashville. We drove home yesterday and I owe you guys a vintage haul. So here is the first item. This was from Winchester Antiques. Ooh. It is a really beautiful letter box. I'm going to put this in the closet on the counter in my office and organize my stationery in here. So I had a hard time figuring out how to organize my stationery, and I think that's how I'm going to do it. I also saw that on the back side, a previous owner had cut a hole. And so I was thinking I could also plug in like a phone charger or something and weave it through here and do a little charging station on like the top or the bottom shelf. So anyway, I'm going to play around with this, but this is really practical, good for organization. There was a piece of artwork that I'm still thinking about, and it was called Sailboats in Choppy Waters, but it was expensive. I think we talked them down to 800 and it was 995, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. Here is a Yellowware bowl. This was from Gas Lamp Antiques. I love this buttery yellow color. There's no branding or anything on the bottom, no maker's marks, but I really love this yellow color. Butter yellow goes really well in my house, and actually the past couple months I've been really gravitating towards like a really burnt sort of goldy mustardy color, which for me that's pretty surprising, but I feel like it's a neutral and it really warms up the space, like creates warmth. So I don't know, you might see me play with some of that color in fall, which is coming up. Next up, we have this Rosenthal Chippendale white serve platter. I would have said that this is ironstone, but on the tag that had the price on it, it said that this is porcelain. So I will take the seller's word for that. But I really liked the little detail on here, the little bit of scalloping, and this is just a really practical piece for serveware and entertaining, especially with the holidays around the corner. I mean, 5 or 6 months out around the corner, or I guess maybe less than that. But the interior design industry is really ahead of the season. So I've already started to see fall decor and am already thinking about not only fall decor, but for me, normally I start working on fashion first, and then that really gets me in the mood. And, a lot of the seasonal things, they sell out, or the highly desirable things, they sell out way before the season even arrives. So it is a good idea to think about it a little bit in advance, but um, we are still savoring summer around here for now. Okay, so both of those, the bowl and the platter were from Gas Lamp. The letter organizer was from Winchester Antiques. I loved both of those stops. Those were my two favorites. I hit a couple of other spots that they had a big mix of new and old. There was a little bit more digging involved. I prefer more of the real antiques, and I like a lot of like European, French, Italian antiques. So those were my two favorite spots. And then I have two other purchases. One is from Etsy and one is from I bid on it from Live Auctioneers. So I figured those just came in the mail. I just opened them. I'll show them to you too. Here is my Etsy purchase. This is a Steuben vase. I love this shape. I have one in a butter yellow color as well. I collect Steuben glass. I recently was looking at Steuben glass when I found this, and they do have a lot of like crazy things, like big ice blocks with little like caricatures who are like pickaxing the ice and weird things. But their old stuff, they have a lot of really simple, beautiful silhouettes. They're more soft, they're more feminine. I love their clear glass pieces as well as their buttery yellow color items. And I collect Steuben glass, so I have one of these, as I mentioned, in another color, and they're just so beautiful. I don't even usually put florals or greenery in them. I just use them as decorative objects. um, I leave them out all the time. So I love these. And next up was this beautiful turquoise bracelet. It's adjustable. And yeah, I bid on this at auction and won. And it's just a beautiful item. I think that I'll wear it a lot for fall. I know I'll wear it in the winter or summer if I'm in Colorado. And I love jewelry. I know I talk mostly about antique furniture and decor on here, but I love antique and vintage anything. So I also collect vintage lingerie, like silk sleepwear dresses and sets, and jewelry. I collect lots of jewelry and I'm always on the hunt, especially on those auction sites. So this is my most recent jewelry purchase. It's beautiful. I know I'll wear it, and it was a great price. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. It would mean the world to me if you like this video and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for another one. Bye.